Howdy folks, Bluesboyjag here with yet another 3-string cigar box guitar lesson. We're doing funky muting with your fretting hand. I've gone over this a couple of times in the past in some other videos, and I thought maybe we'll give it a little bit more attention here. There's a lot of different things you can do to make your cigar box guitar playing sound cooler, funkier, more interesting. So to me, this is pretty boring. That's just me. I like to funk up my blues. I've been playing blues for 30-something years, and that's just kind of my style. Even when I was playing rock and roll, which I still play rock and roll, but even back in the day before I played blues, I'd funk it up, even if it's hard rock. I did a lot of chukka stuff. A lot of muting. So anyway, that's kind of built into my DNA. So I've applied that obviously to the 3-string. So what we're going to be doing here is a shuffle, but it's not your typical shuffle. So here's your walking bass line. Super, 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 super. Did I say super, super, ultra common? So what we're going to do is funkify that. We're going to do a lot of muting. So let's get real close to this hand because this hand's doing it all. So obviously I'm fretting that 2nd string, 2nd fret. 99% of y'all probably already know this. So this is your typical shuffle. Nothing wrong with that. Again, not being negative or anything, but I haven't played that shuffle in 30-something years. Well, that's not really true. I have played it a few times. But I always choke. So let's do it. What we're going to do is 0 on the 3rd string. So 3, 0. 2nd finger is going to be on the 3rd string, 3rd fret. 1st finger is going to be on 2, 2, and then the 2nd finger is going to be on 2, 3. And we're going to go back down. So here's the typical walking pattern. So I'm using my 1st finger on the 1st string as a drone. So I'm playing the low G and then the high G, and then I'm moving over to the middle string and playing the high G. So this is pretty common. Walking bass line. So I'm using my thumb on the big string, 1st finger on the 1st string. I'm walking up the middle. Right there. So my 1st finger is mainly playing that 1st string. In fact, now that I look closer, that's all it's doing. That 1st finger is just going, and I'm doing the walking with the other fingers. So my thumb is playing, and my 1st finger is playing. That's probably the most common, and that's the easiest to start out with. Now we're going to go up to the 5th fret and play the 4 chord. Same thing I just did, but I'm barring all the way across. Same picking with this hand though. All I am doing is barring across, putting my 3rd finger 1, 2, 3 frets up. I'm I'm sorry, my pinky, 3 frets up. Now my third finger, 2 frets up, and then 3 frets up with the pinky. And I'm using my first finger just to play that first string over and over and over. So all the action is on the third and second string. The first string is just sitting there, and I'm playing that. So yeah, y'all are saying, yeah, know all that. Yep, been there, done that. Okay, now we're gonna make it funky. What we're doing here is taking our fingers and releasing the pressure off the strings. So we're gonna go back and start with it down here. Then we're gonna move it up here. But we're gonna do the choking, which I'll show you. Then we go up to the 7th fret. So that's your typical boogie woogie, but we're gonna make it real funky. So I'm using a lot of strumming with my first finger and my thumb. In fact, that's all my strumming. First finger goes up, thumb goes down. Sometimes I'll do my finger like this, and I'll strum this way, pretending like I have a pick, but I don't. I hardly ever use a pick when I play a CBG. I mainly play slide, and then I do my fingers to pick the notes. So, just look at the beginnings of this, the mechanics. So you can tell I'm just doing the shuffle and the walking bass pattern. But I'm strumming all 3 strings. The first string is open. That's the first string, which is your G. Then I'm doing the walking pattern. The trick is, every time I press down a string, I'm using my first finger, for instance, on the middle string, 2nd fret, strumming all 3 strings. The first string is muted with my first finger. You're not hearing it at all. And that 2nd string is being pressed down with the first finger, and the 3rd string is being muted after I play it with that finger. So if I do this real slow, all I'm doing is boom, boom, bum, 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 bum. But I'm doing an up down. I messed that one up. So I'm choking with my fretting hand. How am I choking with my fretting hand? I'm lifting off the fretboard, or I'm just killing the strings. So that's your open G. I'm killing them that way. Now I just did the up and the down comes down on that 3rd string, 3rd fret, and I'm lifting my finger off the fretboard, but not off the string. So I'm killing the note. I'm doing the same thing with the first finger and the 2nd. Of course, the 2nd finger is doing the same thing all the way through. I'm only doing this with the 1st and 2nd fingers. Why is my thumb there? Is that killing? Is that muting the big string? Nope. Well, not all the time. It's ready to mute. If I want to play strictly the 1st or 2nd string, I've got my thumb to mute that 3rd string. Like right now, you won't even hear the 3rd string. Well, you'll hear the fretted 3rd string, but you won't hear the open 3rd string. So all this stuff I'm going to play in the next few seconds here, you're not going to be hearing that 3rd string at all. All that stuff right there was just the top 2 strings. I'm using my thumb to kill the 3rd string. So sometimes I'll kind of mix it up, and I might do a walking bass pattern. So what was that? All I'm doing is doing an upstroke, then I'm pulling off that string, and I'm doing another up and down, up, down, up, down. Now, if you want to get really crazy, real slow, I'm starting on the up, and I'm doing a hammer on and a pull off. Then I'm choking again with that hand. Real slow. Now this is what's really fun. Real slow. It's just up, down, choke. And I'm fretting too, of course. I'm pulling off all 3 strings at one point anyway. So the hard part about this is the muting with these fingers, especially when you go fast. Once you get it though, you'll never lose it and you'll use it a lot. It's really fun. So I'm not playing a very fast song. Well, it's kind of fast, I guess. Boom to boom to boom to boom to boom to boom to boom. But I'm muting every single strum. So instead of going ba-da 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 ba-da, I'm going ba-dum 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 ba-dum. Also, I'm using my first finger, I should have mentioned this before, and I'm strumming like this. Sounds great on a 3-string cigar box guitar with my nail hitting those strings. You get a nice bright tone. Sounds like a regular plastic guitar pick. So, one more thing. How can we extrapolate on this? So, what am I doing here? I'm muting, but I'm using my first finger to fret. So, the first finger, second finger, third finger kind of flop down, and I'm fretting with my first finger. There's a lot of cool stuff going on with the right hand here, too. I'm just doing an up strum. Okay, one more thing. I put this in several of my other lessons because I can't not play this, and sometimes I'm demonstrating something else and I throw that in there. So what I'm doing here is a backward slide. So you can do it on any string. So I'm pausing before I slide down. So my home bass right now in this key is roughly the 3rd fret. So I'm just going to play a few licks around, but I'm muting with this hand. It's one of my my favorite things to do on a regular tune guitar or a cigar box guitar. What was that? I'm just using my third finger to pull off and then my first finger to pull off in various different configurations on various different strings. So here's from the 5th fret to the 3rd fret on all 3 strings. Of course, you can jump around all you want. You can go from one string to the next. Going from the first string, first G, to the, or the upper G, I should say, first string, to the low G. How about I just do the middle string and not even worry about the top 2? So here's a key of G boogie, and I'm kind of doing the pull-offs on that 2nd string, and I'm going to be muting. Okay, one more thing. Backward slide. I'm just picking up and pausing before I slide for a split second instead of but again, these fingers are doing the muting. Now let's get real funky and crazy and we'll close it out. I'm going to do a pull off with my 3rd finger to the 1st finger on all 3 strings with different sort of other funky things going on. Just kind of an improv here. I'm going to start out with a regular walking pattern and then we'll kind of make it crazy. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Check out my website, jagshouse.com. You know the drill. Cigar box guitar since 2004. We'll see you next time.